static and repetitive, and like the boats are all the same size, and regardless of the technique, you know, I can start building up a little bit of monotony. And so that's the one thing that I will adjust plein air is bad shapes. What's a bad shape? It's very static. As we talked about that thatched roof. I mean, I'll get over there overnight and I'll fix it. And we'll have an awning, an opening, and some bare slats. Paint the palm trees for you. You know, here's where the color variety and value change. Look how I'm incorporating that, you know, in the palm tree. There's a different type of palm, whether it's royal or it's wispy, linear, oval, you know, gradation, you know, for that aspect. Some side, and then drag it down so I capture that contour and texture, you know, in one stroke. So come back and, you know, highlight or darken, you know, just you know, one side, and that white space I will come back and shade, you know, shade later, and so I can capture that. But you need, I think it works. The longer the hair is better, and the natural hair, especially because I'm having very little parts of the brush touch, and so I need a brush that can hold, you know, a strong amount. And so you can go up and down, go fast, and you'll have very little coverage. But I capture that texture, you know, and contour, you know, all at one time. On some of the palms, as we see a few over there, I'll take and press the brush and flare it, and then I can take and finish off with this. You know, there's that aspect, you know, to them as well. By again pressing, slowly picking up, because natural hair wants to come back together, and so by slowly picking it up, I can capture, you know, that aspect of that linear aspect, you know, of that contour as well. The palm tree frond is based on three different components: a spike, a solid, and a flare. Spin the brush. So those are the three parts that I see, you know, in a palm tree that I will take in. Now incorporating different, you know, proportions, starting once I know where the base is. And so I have some sections where it's solid, some sections where it's a series of the spikes in some sections where it's a flare. So we'll slowly pick it up so I can get almost a wispy, very thin. Then play with some color shifts where the outer part is a lighter value or even an ochre. That's how much change. So if I'm coming out with a little yellow, I would go to a yellow ochre. So I have that being the lighter outer part. Towards the center, I'll take a drop of blue and let that float and run. So here's where there's some papers that this paint sets so fast. That's going to be a watermark. That's going to be a blossom. That's going to be, not so that paint is staying close to the surface. I can come back and cool down, as that's curving back into the canopy, and then play with value change. And so as that page of the book says, so I'll play with another one, that's coming off, that's a high key contrast. And play with the strong dark, that's behind this one and popping out. So there's some dark in front of light and light in front of dark. And just varying the components of the spike, the flare and the frond, the wispy dead parts are again ochre or sienna, warm green. So I'll take that. The Chamber of Commerce has come through. That's I'm going to climb up and capture all the, clean it up. Wait, so it's now these combinations of spikes and solids and flares, and one basic color and two accents, and then pop in some, value change.
When you do plein air,
yes.
Do you also try to do local color?
More than that one basic color and two accent period.
And so when you're in your studio, you're more expressive with color, but when you're
relying on the creativity that I've developed from the time spent plein air. So see, the plein air time is refreshing what colors are, what values are, what accents are, and then I'll have that as a basis to make change from, instead of just making a change for the sake of change. Royal blue and hooker's green, along with an accent of an ultramarine.
Oh, you're not using phthalos?
Too much of a stain color?
Yes.
And it dominates the puddle. Different sizes, angles, thicknesses. I'll do one on one and not on the other. For the reason being, variety. The contrast gets all the credit. All the work in here making all this color change is laborious, and then pop a little contrast. It's the one that gets the the credit. That's leaving that white space. Is something that I hope you incorporate more, because I can always tone that white space down. I can always add a couple of things to it. That's a good having that more white space. So instead of doing a whole painting, I think this was a nice adaptation.
Very nice.
Sharing with you the how I build the painting, how I draw boats, and the crowd went wild. So dinner's on you tonight, since I've done good. So I'll leave these out. You can look at them, photograph them, and take advantage of them again. I have for us a little lesson tomorrow morning at 9:30 before you head out. 9:30 tomorrow morning. I have a wonderful little exercise for you.
Okay.
So the last one. So then after tomorrow's exercise, and let's just get into going there.